There is this growing sentiment, and both on the left and the right, that it's more than just authoritarianism, that the system is rigged against the little guy, going from the Wall Street bets thing that you mentioned and onto a plethora of other issues. So what are your thoughts on that? And if the system is rigged, then what can people do about it? It seems that it's a losing situation.
Well, I don't see how anyone can rationally dispute that Wall Street is a rigged game in favor of the richest and most powerful. And I found it super interesting that with this conflict between Reddit on the one hand and hedge fund billionaires on the other this past week, it was almost no division between how the left and the right responded to the conflict. Almost everybody was cheering the Redditors because it's so rare for Wall Street to be beaten at their own game. And that's exactly what happened. So everybody knows that it's rigged. I think the most tumultuous and significant event of your lifetime, and maybe even mine, is the 2008 financial crisis, which was about nothing other than Wall Street tycoons exploiting their political power to deregulate that system and then place enormous bets that they kept winning on and winning on and winning on and enriching themselves to the most obscene extent, which is, if that's the rules, those are the rules. But then the minute they placed bets that collapsed, they didn't suffer any consequences. The government stepped in and saved them from ruin by using taxpayer dollars to bail them out, and at the same time allowed huge numbers of ordinary citizens to have their financial futures ruined, for there to be a foreclosure crisis, for people to be buried in college debt with no prospects for how to get out of it. Something that continues to this very day. You guys are going to probably get out of college and your job prospects are going to be infinitely worse than the prior generation, when the American dream was always the next generation always does better. And people are furious about that. They're angry about it. And so the question of what is it that we can do, we saw what can be done this week, which is that ordinary citizens band together on the internet, and without regard to, no one was asking, what's your politics on abortion or LGBT rights, or do you consider yourself a Republican? No one cared about that. People were united in rage over what this industry has done to people's economic future. And they banded together based on that rage, based on that righteous anger. And they used the tools of the internet to equalize that playing field. And that's the reason you're seeing so much panic and so much terror on the part of Wall Street hedge funds and their media spokespeople and increasingly politicians who they fund, because they know that's a serious threat. And you're going to see all kinds of steps taken to neutralize it, no matter how illegal it might be, like suspending trading arbitrarily, to drive down the price artificially, to look for ways to manipulate the market until the government can step in. So, I continue to believe that a free and open internet is the most important tool that we have. That's the reason I fought against surveillance. That's the reason I fight against censorship now, because this is the instrument that can enable us all to have a fighting chance.